Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of DB Cars itself, and in today's episode, I'll be reviewing the GetGo BYD Atto 3. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the BYD Atto 3 or Atto 2. I could be butchering the model wrongly, but other than that, it's just a BYD Atto. I'll just call it Atto 3 for the time being, but here it is. So basically this BYD Atto 3 currently is the only BYD Atto in the fleet. So basically I'll be showing guys the exterior of the car itself, whether there's any damages wise before showing guys the interior of the car itself. So yeah, so let's dive straight to the exterior of the car. Exterior of the car, there isn't really any visible damage as of what I checked when I pick up the car, but I have one thing I have definitely tested out the car very well. As you guys can see, it's been splattered with a lot of the mud and rainwater from the road. So yeah, overall I would say when I first saw this added to the fleet, I was quite skeptical about one thing, which is the wheels. In pictures, the wheels don't really add up to how the car looks, but after seeing in person, I think the wheels does really complement the body of the car, of how the car looks itself. So yeah, and if you guys know from the IONIQ video, they don't really usually put the GetGo logo right in the center. They will only put the stripe and this thing here, which is freedom to drive. So yeah, basically right, I'll be showing guys the EV charging port right now before I show you guys the boot trunk space for the car itself. So to access if anyone's wondering where the charging port is, right at the front, just right in front of the driver's area itself. So yeah, to access it, just need to press on the flap itself and open up, and you can just charge it right here. The unlocking procedure, I'm not too sure, but if I'm not wrong, you can just unplug it normally once your charging session has stopped. But alternatively, if that does not if you're unable to remove from the port itself, from the car itself, technically what I learned from the previous BYD cars that I have driven is technically you could press the unlock button right here, and the car, and you should be able to unlatch it from the charging port itself. But other than that, let me just show you guys the trunk space for the car right now. So heading right into the rear of the trunk, the rear of the car, as you guys can see, there isn't really any obvious button for you guys to press other than this sticker right here, which tells you where to press it. So let's press on it. Let's wait for it, and it's an auto electronic tailgate, so it will just raise it up electronically. And yeah, upon first impression, looking at the car itself, you got this partial shelf right here, which I think technically you could remove it, or yeah, technically it is latched to this right here. So yeah, if not, you can just put it one side or hide it somewhere, and yeah, basically you could have more space to put your stuff in it. So yeah, but other than that, you got some pocket right here, storage pocket right here, small one to put your stuff, and you also got this rear storage right here, which normally would be your spare tire, but in this case there isn't anything inside as well. So yeah, other than that, to close the car is very simple. So basically I just need to get out the way right now, and basically there's two buttons right here. So basically this to close the car, and this to lock it. So I think if I'm not wrong, if you guys have the key itself, you can still technically lock it and walk away from the car itself. But unfortunately, GetGo, they don't give you the key, so yeah, always have to just press this and close it. And I think there's some information that you guys want to know right here itself. So yeah, other than that, this is the button right here, if anyone's wondering, just right below the license plate holder itself. And I think I also found out another downside to this, of how this rear bumper is designed. If you guys notice, there isn't really any plastic cover over it. So I think people do not know where the trunk is. I think one thing is the sticker does help, but I feel if they don't really know, they might just yank the rear license plate holder out, and that will be another issue that you guys have to settle with. So yeah, but other than that, I think you got your rear emergency release button in case anyone is to stuck inside there. But other than that, I will just close it right now. So press on this button and just need to get out the way, and it's locked. So yeah, that's how you close the trunk for the BYD Atto 3 or Atto 2. Another way, technically, if you guys do not want to press the button which I showed you guys just now, technically you can just press this. You can press the trunk release button right here, just right down below the mirrors and window controls. So basically you just need to pull on that, and you can see it will open up again itself. So yeah, so my next step will be just to close it again. So press on this and close it again. I'll just close this for time being. And right now I'll show you guys so basically that is the exterior of the car itself. Like the buttons that you guys can press or access the trunk. So basically I just show you guys the trunk and the charging port for the car itself. So right now I'll show you guys the interior of the car right now. So let's dive straight to the rear seat or the rear part of the car itself. So yes, like stepping right into the rear of the car itself. One thing I think straight out the back you guys will notice is one thing I really like, that this car so far is the rear opening is quite big and you can just easily jump in and out. So yeah, and another thing I really like about Auto 3 is this car so far is the specification of it. It's like basically the red is a red car on the outside matched with the blue, this navy blue interior with the white and this red pinstripe around it. Overall, I think it's a very nice combination to the combination of spec, you can call it, to the car itself. So yeah, so basically this is the rear of the BYD Auto 3 or Auto 2 right here. So basically this is my drawing position right here. As you guys can see, I have tons of leg room, and headroom is not too bad because technically you got the sunroof right here, which reduce the headroom, right? But I think you yeah, basically with the option with the added sunroof, I think it just makes car much more lively and more spacious, you can call it. So yeah, okay. Well, so basically what do you get in the rear of the car itself? Well, you got some storage pocket right here to put your stuff. Same for here. Basically you can put some stuff right here as well. Same goes for the passenger side. And in the center right here, basically you got your AC vents right here, which is also quite unique itself. And you also got this air vents slot right here. Basically, if you guys can see, if I will close the vent, I think you can see how the vent is like opening and closing with this switch right here, which is very nicely detailed. And you also got the BYD logo right here, which basically say BYD design, and some small storage pocket right down below there. And you also got a Type A and Type C port, which is quite helpful if you guys want to charge your phone or your iPad or whatever shit that has Type A or Type C port right in the rear of the car itself. So yeah, alright then, now let's move on to the next part, which is the door part right here. So basically right here, you got a speaker design right here, which is very nice, and this is your door release handle. So basically to get out the car, just need to pull back, which I'll show you guys later on. So basically, yeah, basically just pull back and just push the door out and you're able to get out itself. So yeah, right down below you got your window switches right here, and this is your door handle to close the door. Or alternatively, you can hold this right here to hold yourself in when the car is going at high speed at corners itself. So yeah, and also you got a light switch right here, which you can just press on it to turn on and again to off. And this is the same thing as in the third generation Honda Vezel itself, if you guys saw my review already. So yeah, alright then, moving on. You got this very let me just open the okay, let me just, okay, never mind, I will just show you guys that later on. But basically right down below here you got some storage pocket right here to put your stuff. One downside I feel I saw it so far is if you have children in the rear seat, one thing is they'll definitely be playing this thing right here. So basically your journey will be very noisy, and yeah, basically this is somewhat like a guitar string right here, which is, I feel, it's a bit annoying itself. So yeah, other than that, another thing, one good thing I feel about for EV itself is there's no transmission tunnel, so there isn't really any harm in it. As you guys can see, it's a very smooth floor. So technically 3 full grown size adult could actually technically sit right here, and as you guys can see right now, I'm sitting in the center of the seat itself, and I still have a decent amount of leg room, guys. I think with 3 full grown size adult, it shouldn't be an issue, but just that you'll be touching shoulder to shoulder itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the car itself. Oh yeah, and in the rear, it basically got this very nice panoramic sunroof itself. So yeah, so I can imagine if you have this car and you're cruising down Orchard Road during Christmas or whatever, or maybe like the upcoming National Day, which is tomorrow, at the time of me filming this, basically you can see the fireworks at Marina Bay or wherever area where you are at. So yeah, basically this is a very nice addition. So if you're intending to get a sunroof, I would highly recommend getting a sunroof for any car itself. But if it's like the small one just right at the front, then maybe not, because I feel that's reserved for the driver itself. But other than that, yeah, basically that's all for the rear itself. Oh yeah, I will show you guys how to, if you guys are intending to carry more space in this car, I'll show you guys the button to fold down the seat itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys that right now. So let go. Okay, so basically just put on that. So basically, yeah, as what I mentioned just now, if you guys saw, so basically just need to pull on this and just push the door, and you're able to get out of the car itself. So yeah, so yeah, like what I mentioned just now, basically there's this strap right here which you guys can pull. Let me see, I can pull this. Okay, I think it's a two-hand job. So yeah, I'll show you guys that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this part, which is the center armrest right here, which if you don't intend to bring any passenger in the, or anyone sitting in the third row, which is the middle row, technically you can fold it down and you have two cup holders right here. So yeah, other than that, quite nice touch right there itself. So yeah, let me just fold this seat down and show you guys how to carry more stuff in the car itself. Alright then, so yeah, here it is guys. This is how the seat look like when it's folded down. Just imagine if you have this seat and that seat folded down. You can definitely bring in more space, but one downside I would say it's definitely not a smooth floor like some other cars is. You definitely get this hump right here. So basically, if you want to carry like more item, probably you'll put something down right here first before placing another item on top, and it'll be a smooth floor. But if not, then it will definitely be an issue itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the driver's seat right now. So there you go. Alright then, so let's step right into the driver's seat right now. So opening colors, as you guys can see, the opening space for the driver is also not that bad. It's because it's got very wide opening, and yeah, so basically got wide opening and you're able to get in and out quite easily itself. So yeah. Alright then, so now let me just show you guys the interior of the car itself. So basically this is how the interior, the dashboard of the BYD Atto 2 or Atto 3 look like, which is definitely something out there. Is not like any other dashboard that I've seen so far itself. So basically, like, most of the controls are down right in the center console itself. If not, then it'll be on the screen right here itself. So yeah, let me just show you guys the storage space for the car itself right now. So basically, you got one storage space right here to put your stuff. Not the biggest, not the greatest as well. So yeah, I can't really put much. Maybe if you want to put, maybe you can just put a tissue box right here and that's it. But if not, you can put some other stuff here as well. So yeah, moving on, you got this very small cubby space right here, which I'm not too sure whether it is wireless charging or not, but if it is, then it's great. But I think I'll test it out later on once the car is fully turned on. Moving on, you got this very nice two cup holders right here, which you guys can see I have my drink right here in the moment, and also one of my phones. So basically, if you want to put two phones inside, there isn't an issue with, even with this phone that I'm recording on right now. It has the leather wallet strap. It has the MagSafe wallet attached onto it. It is also able to slot in itself in with the regular phone itself. So basically, two phones inside there. You can put two phones right inside here, and and that attachment is also not an issue as well. So yeah. Alright then, moving on to the next bit, which is the third storage space right here, which I have to say is the biggest among all three that I've shown so far. As you guys can see, I'm not too sure whether I can show this for example or not, but let me just take so basically this is my small slim bag right here. I'm able to put my entire slim bag right here, and maybe if I throw more stuff in, I think, yeah, yeah, as you guys can see, I'm able to put an entire bag in it. So that shows how deep the storage space is for this car itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the storage space. Now let me just show you guys the center console of the car itself. But to do so, I have to turn on the car itself, because some of the functions of this car require the car to be turned on itself. So yeah, basically put on the brake itself and just press on this start button right here, which is in the center, and the car will basically just turn on right now. Some cookies too. Thanks, mate. So yeah, this is what it looks like when the car is fully turned on. Okay, let me just run through the function for this car itself right here itself. So basically on your left side, you got your your hazard light right here. So basically, as you guys can see, this is your parking sensors, your blind spot assist. This is your auto stop start. Sorry, not auto stop start. This is your auto brake hold function. So basically, this is what is in the other Hyundai model itself, or in Hyundai model itself. So basically, once you're at the if you were to on this, so basically, if you were to enable this function itself, and the car is at a red light, and basically you can just release your foot off the brake pedal, and the car just hold it in for you itself. So yeah. Alright then. Next part, you got this electric lightning bolt thingy. So basically, what this is basically your regen function right here. So basically, as you guys can see, right at the moment it's high. If I were to switch it, I can switch it to standard. Or basically, there's only two modes for the regen function, which is standard or high. So I prefer standard. Sorry, I prefer high. But one thing I do notice is if you were to set it to high, the regen function is not really that strong compared to Hyundai. Hyundai, their regen function, if you set it to the highest possible, it will be the strongest, and technically you could actually slow down the car to maybe, I think if I'm not wrong, 5 miles an hour before you had to apply the brakes and make the car come to a fully stop itself. The BYD not really that much. I have to for the BYD itself, you can slow down, but not really to a complete stop. And I think if you want to let it roll to a complete stop, it'll take a longer distance itself. So yeah. Alright then, next up, moving on, you got this button right here, which is basically your all-terrain function right here, as you guys can see. Basically got this right here. Basically this is in conjunction with these two functions right here. So basically this is, I think it's mainly for off-roading mode, and this is your normal mode itself. So yeah, this is basically if you tend to go for off-road itself. This button right here, which is same as this, is basically this is control your acceleration itself. So if you are to switch to, technically this has 3 modes, so it's eco, sport, or normal itself. So yeah, for sports mode itself, one thing I noticed so far is the pickup pace is not really that strong compared to the IONIQ 5, which I tested at the start of the year itself. So yeah, but it is slightly better than the MG itself. That's one thing I have to say. So yeah, moving on, you got your front defrost button right here. This front defrost button right here, and this is your AC. This is for your auto climate control itself, and this is your volume switch for your infotainment itself right here itself. So yeah, moving on, you got your handbrake right here to basically the handbrake for the car, which I think you guys know what the basic function of it. So I'm just gonna skip that. Your start-stop button to turn on and turn off the car itself, and you got this very nice, this weird looking gear lever that look like it's a thrust lever for an airplane itself. So yeah, so basically in order to operate this is very simple itself. You just need to press your foot on the brake, press this, and so basically foot on the brake, press on this unlock button, and just down for drive. Or if you want to park it, and just press on park, and the car will just go to park. One thing is this, for this park button, I don't think, in my opinion, it's not really that visible if you were to look at the gear shifter or gear knob right here very closely itself. So I say on the park the car, or yeah, first time user of the car itself, you might be wondering where is the park button, but actually just right down below here itself. So yeah, maybe that's one thing they could do to improve on the car itself, but I don't know. But overall it's still quite nice, that so which I really like, and also had this very similar remnants to the BMW iDrive system, where you have to press this and pull down to the selected gear that you want itself. So yeah, moving on, you got air vents. This air vents, which I think you guys saw in the rear just now already. So basically it's throughout the car itself lah. So yeah, the infotainment itself I'll go through later on because it's very complicated itself. Okay, so basically now let me just show you guys the steering wheel for this car itself. So basically, what do you have? Well, basically all these controls of the car itself controls the safety system of the car itself. Basically, you got your cruise control right here, and basically to distance how far or how close you want to be the car. This right here to turn the screen, which I'll show you guys in a moment. This right here is your access to the reversing camera itself. So basically, if I were to press this, you can actually technically see the reversing camera itself, and you got quite a lot of mode for the camera itself, which I really like a lot. I don't think the IONIQ has it as well. So yeah, and you also got this 3D mode, which is very interesting, which I really like it a lot. So yeah, and you also got this button right here, which it's quite interesting itself. So that's I really like it a lot. But I'll show you guys this later on itself. So yeah, basically there's a lot of things to play with this infotainment itself. So yeah, show you guys later on, and turn off. You just press this button again. Alright, now let me just show you guys this button right here, which I'll show. If you want to press it, the screen technically will be in vertical. If you want back to be in horizontal, you can just press this again itself. So yeah. Alright then, moving on, you got this button right here, which is basically all your is regarding the also infotainment itself. So yeah, basically you got your voice command, which you could use it to control all any function in this car itself. You can use the voice control, and this is your phone pickup button if you have your phone connected to the infotainment itself. This is for the basically this is also for the radio itself, which could adjust it right there. You guys can see this scroll wheel right here to adjust the volume. This right here to just adjust the tracks for the radio. This is basically for that. Sorry, for this is this mode is basically, let me see. Oh yeah, it's for that right there itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the controls on the wheel itself. So yeah, and in the center you got your horn, which you guys know, quite simple, quite normal in the car itself. So yeah. Okay then, let me just show you guys the stocks in the rear itself. So basically on the left side, you got your wiper switches right here. This knob right here to adjust the rear wiper itself. This right here to adjust the frequency of the rear wiper. This whole big chunk right here is for the main wiper right at the front. So basically to engage it, just pull up right there, down for just one side. So yeah, and the knob right here, if you out to twist it, you guys just technically you can see the rear itself. So yeah. Other than that, that's off. Oh yeah, and to wash it, just need to pull back itself. So that's quite simple. On the right hand side, you got your indicators as well and your light switch. So indicator is quite simple, just put down. It's quite simple, and this is a light switch itself. So technically it's at auto headlight right now, which it has. And technically you should just scroll it just like the wipers, the rear wipers itself, and just adjust it to according to your liking. And that's it. This button right here, if you guys, I'm not too sure whether you can see, but this I have no idea what. Oh yeah, this basically just to see your trip information right here itself. So yeah, this button right here. Alright then. So yeah, oh yeah, and then wonder why this button too, it is blank, so it has no controls at all, and you can't press on it at all. So yeah. Other than that, that's all for the controls on the car itself. Basically, oh yeah, now I'll be showing you guys the screen. This small screen right here, which I feel is a little bit strange why you have a screen right here rather than, yeah, it's like a bit weird, but I'll just ignore it. So basically in the center, on the screen right here, basically you got your power output and your range left. In the center you got your speedo itself, and basically this small thing right down below, you can just adjust it through this button, which I showed you guys earlier on itself. So yeah, and all the buttons right down below are adjusting through this switch right here, this bottom 3 switch right here, and also this button right here, which I showed you guys earlier on itself. So yeah, other than that, now let me just show you guys the controls right here. So basically controls right here, you got your mirrors adjuster switch right here. So basically if you adjust the mirror, just press on it and you can adjust it using the D-pad itself. So yeah, right at the top you got your folding mirror itself. So if I were to press that, it will just fold the mirrors in right there. Press it again to unlock it itself. So yeah, you got your lock and unlock button right here to lock the car doors, and all your four mirror switches right, sorry, your 4 window switches right here to roll down the window and close the window itself. This button right here to prevent people from rolling down the windows itself. And yeah, basically that's all. And right, the switch button right down there, which I showed you guys earlier on, is for the trunk release button right there itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the car itself. Now let me guys show you guys the screen, which is I think the main talking point of the BYD itself. So yeah, basically there's quite a lot of information that you want to see. So basically if I go back to the home, this is basically the home page of the car itself. So yeah, basically you got your climate control switches right here, which to adjust. You can press on the car function, and basically there's quite a lot of information that not really going to go through everything at all, but you guys can just see it for yourself and discover it yourself itself. So yeah, basically you can see there's quite a lot of information right here. So yeah, I really like it a lot itself. So yeah, oh yeah, and I'll show you guys the light feature later on when the car is at dark, because technically if you're not, I'm not too sure whether you can see it, but technically there's some light right here when it's at night. So, and you can really adjust the ambient level of the car itself. So I'll do it for the whole vehicle to make it look much nicer itself. So yeah, basically there's quite a lot of function that you want to know about the car itself. So yeah, definitely something very, very special about this car itself. And yeah, and basically so yeah, basically it's quite a lot of things. Oh yeah, and if you see just what, sorry, basically this button that I just pressed is to fold the screen out. So technically there's two ways you can rotate the screen itself. So it's a home button like your normal Android phone would normally do itself. So yeah, go back button for the back home screen itself, and that's it. So yeah, also, and you got a timing right here. So basically it show you guys the time, the outside inside temperature, and the air quality level itself. So yeah, it's very nice. And also this button very small here is your angle of the slope or whatever thing that you're at, which let's say I feel this is the only car that has this function. I don't think other cars has it. So yeah, basically it will show you guys how steep the car is, and like how the angle that you're at currently. I don't think other cars has it, which I really like it a lot. So yeah, and that more function right here. So basically this is like a control screen right here, which you can adjust. So basically there's quite a lot of information that you want to know about it. You can just adjust it through here. And oh yeah, if you guys notice, it also has this dash. I think this car has its own dash cam. So not too sure whether if you are required to have SD card, but if not, then that's a great thing. You don't really need to install another dash cam on the car itself. But other than that, that's all for the infotainment screen for now that I'm going to go through. Now let me just show you guys the last few bits of the car itself. Basically you got your sun visors right here with a very nice mirror. And I think if I'm not wrong, you can actually technically you can remove this. Yeah. So basically you can just adjust it according to your liking itself. So, and slot it back in, put it back up, just like that. And next part I will be showing you guys will be this part right here, which this is nothing if anyone's wondering. You got a light switch right here. So basically turn on the light, it's the same thing as the rear itself. So basically just need to touch on it and you're on. These four buttons right here are basically to adjust the panoramic sunroof. So right now the sunroof, you guys can see, is open. If I want to close it, if I just want to close the blinds, I just need to press on this button, and I have to hold it all the way if I want to close it. Because if I were to let go, it will stop. So I have to press it, hold it to close it itself. So yeah, and also technically you can adjust how technically you could adjust the glass also, so which I'll show you guys later on when I'm in the shelter area, because technically outside now it's raining itself, so can't really open up the glass as it will make the interior wet itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all I say for this video itself. Let me just move this car to a shelter area and I'll show you guys the glass as well as the ambient lighting for this car itself. So let's go. Alright then, so yeah, basically now I'm in a shelter area itself. So basically to give you guys which I mentioned just now on about the ambient lighting itself. Technically you can see the ambient lighting on the door touch on the passenger side as well on the rear, the speakers right there, driver's side. Basically the whole vehicle has the ambient lighting, which I really like it a lot. And if I'm not wrong, if you have music playing, technically it could be a mini disco itself. So basically the colors will be changing according to the vibe of the music itself, which I really like it a lot itself. So yeah, alright then. Now let me just show you guys the last part, which is the glass part for this panoramic sunroof itself. To access it itself, just need to press on this and the glass will just open up itself. If I were to let go, it will just stop, same as the blind itself. But technically you can go back quite a lot. Basically it will just go all the way back. Then it will be like yeah, basically if you guys know what I mean, I think technically if I'm not wrong, there's a limit to it. So yeah, but I'm not going to explore it today in this video itself. If you guys want it, you can actually technically rent this car out and try it for yourself itself. So yeah, I'm going to close it right now. So just going to press on this and we'll just close it down, and I'll just close it like that, and I'll just close the blinds as well. Yeah, so technically now it's closed. So basically this is how it look like when the car is fully dark itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all I think. Basically that's all I say for this video itself. Basically right now I'll be sharing guys my overall thought and summary for this car itself. And also you just saw that function, which you guys can see the consumption that the car has done, the range and the driving time itself, which I really like it a lot itself. So yeah. Alright, to get out of the car, just quite simple. Just need to I think you guys saw already. So yeah, basically I'm just going to show you guys my thought and summary for this car right now. So oh yeah, before I show you guys my thought and summary for this car itself, let me just show you guys how to adjust the steering wheel and the seat for the car itself. Basically, to adjust the steering wheel, so there's a lever right down below here, which you can just pull on this and the steering wheel will just drop. As you guys can see, the screen follows it accordingly, which I feel that's a good point, because if the screen does not really follow it, then you really have to adjust it to your liking, and it'll be a bit troublesome if, like, let's say you're blocking some part of the screen itself. So yeah, for the seat itself, let me see if I could show you guys properly. So basically, seat control, there's really two types of seat controls only, basically, which is to adjust the height and to adjust the angle. And basically you can adjust it to be in front, to be behind, to adjust the seat angle, and just like that. Other than that, that's all for the seat itself. So yeah, now let me just show you guys my overall thoughts for this car itself. Oh yeah, and there's some more space right down below, I just noticed itself. And you also got this very nice ports right here to charge your phone, and you also got this 12-volt socket outlet itself. So look like it's a Type A and Type C port right down there itself. So yeah, quite a lot of space, storage space to put your stuff in this car itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys my overall thought and summary for this car right now. So let's go. Alright then, so yeah, basically what I have to say for this car itself. One thing I do have to say so far is I really like this car a lot. I think this car, the acceleration power is not really that close or similar to the IONIQ 5, which I tested at the start of the year itself. But one thing I have to say is it's not, like what I mentioned, not really that close at the IONIQ 5, but it is much better than the MG, I have to say. So basically it slot in like maybe the second best electric car that I tested so far. Maybe the MG will be third. So yeah, but overall I think I really like how the car looks and how the car drives itself. So yeah, if you ask me if I have to rent this car again, probably not, because this used to be the spot where the IONIQ 5 is, but it's been moved to slightly closer to my place. But currently this is in Bedok itself, so I don't think I want to travel all the way to Bedok just to try this car again itself. But it's definitely a worthy experience trying this car. But if you ask me if I have planned to buy this car in the future, probably I would have to say I would have to test drive more electric car to determine which electric car is my favorite. And if you guys notice, if you do read the news on EV itself, the IONIQ 6 is now available in Singapore. So yeah, maybe it's like, I would say the IONIQ 6 is like the sedan version, and the IONIQ 5 is the SUV version itself. But if not, then probably I think so far IONIQ 5 is my favorite car so far itself. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to add one more thing regarding the Auto 3 itself. So basically that car itself, I tested out their navigation itself, and I think I have to say I think this is the only car that I don't really need my mobile phone as a navigation device. Their navigation is quite simple, and I don't know what is their navigation run on. It could be Google Maps, but I have no idea what is it. But it's just on another level. And if you're on highways, usually they will show you guys the exit that you must exit. Like, basically, it will paint you guys a picture of the exit that you must go through. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's which I really like it a lot. So yeah, other than that, that's all I say for this video itself. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe with please my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.